In Soul Patrol, from deep behind enemy lines, a hidden chapter of American military history is uncovered, prompting the question of whether reckoning with the past can bring peace to those who lived it. The Vietnam War's first black special ops operation team relied to tell their story. Soul Patrol is directed by J.M. Harper, and this is his second feature after As We Speak, Rap Music on Trial, and Soul Patrol just debuted at the 2026 Sundance Film Festival. Soul Patrol is a pretty interesting documentary that I would recommend checking out, even though I have some misgivings with this film. It starts off with capturing in the 1960s, the civil unrest in the United States, and then black African Americans joining the military was seen as a very noble thing to do before Vietnam and during Vietnam. So despite the civil unrest at home, such as the assassinations of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, a lot of African Americans joined the Vietnam War, so they're flying tens of thousands of miles to an unknown country, and this film captures we also it kind of jumps between archival footage of that time and also present time, where the original members of a black ops, special ops group in Vietnam called the Soul Patrol, they have reunions every year, and they've been reuniting for more than a decade. And for decades, they were kind of ashamed of their Vietnam history, and they never admitted to anybody, even their neighbors and friends and family, who they just never admitted that they fought in Vietnam. And now finally they're able to open up and admit their history, and now they reunite every year. The members who are still alive in that Soul Patrol group, they reminisce about the time in the war, and during the war they got to have R&R and go to Thailand and have a rest from the war, and just the lasting effects of this time, and just the way that when they fought in Vietnam, they were not just back in the United States, they were black just black people and dealing with that type of the prejudice against them. But in Vietnam, they mixed with the other white soldiers, and they were accepted as normal people. So they in the present time, these original Soul Patrol members get to reunite every year and just reminisce about the past. And it's in these conversations and these archival footage is when the film is at its strength. But what for me didn't work was, it does focus on a couple of people, but I just don't think it focused enough on these members of the Soul Patrol enough. It didn't chronicle. We didn't get to know them as much as I would have liked, and that prevented me from getting emotionally invested in their story. And also, it has these reenactments that didn't really work for me. These present day reenactments of the original members of the Soul Patrol, were going into a supermarket to do their shopping, but they'll have visions of their younger self standing in the supermarket with a gun, and just that's supposed to be so profound. But for me, it just didn't work. And then we have modern day footage of the Soul Patrol in Vietnam, and then they have Vietnam soldiers, they have Vietnam actors now, with guns and walking through the bush, it's kind of reenacting what it was like during the Vietnam. But the reenactments didn't really add much to the film for me. I give Soul Patrol 3 stars out of 5. I do recommend checking out this film. There is a lot of emotional, engaging archival footage with this film, and it's nice to meet these original members of the Soul Patrol now in the present day. That the stories they tell are very emotionally invested. But for me, just the archival footage in this film, and also we just don't get to know these members as much as I would have liked. I would have liked to have known a bit more about the history and about their present day life, and just how they are dealing with the after effects of the Vietnam War decades later. So it's an interesting film, but just a little bit left me a little bit wanting and disappointing for me. But I still would definitely recommend checking out this film, Soul Patrol. Thanks for watching. What do you think of Soul Patrol? Please comment below what you thought of the film. See you next time. Bye.